My family were always being hostile to me about my gender identity and my sexuality. I was always being told it was wrong. I felt ostracised by my family. They would all stop talking when I entered the room, and finally I was kicked out by my mum on my 16th birthday. She just started going crazy and throwing things at me, saying I made her sick and that I was an embarrassment. I hadn't done anything wrong, but she told me to shut up and shouted at me to get out. So I left last summer and went to the local authority, who sent me to a homeless youth centre. They sent me to a job centre to get a crisis loan, but it was too overwhelming, so I told the worker I'd gone back to my family. Though really I was staying on a friend's sofa and only sometimes stayed at home, but things were still bad at home. They wouldn't let me attend my brother's christening and didn't even speak to me. I had heard about the Albert Kennedy Trust, it's a college LGBT group. A friend had used their service and said I should get in touch. So I called them and was offered an appointment with Michael, who gave me advice and information and filled in hostel and housing applications for me. But when I went to see a flat, I realised I wasn't ready to live on my own, and it was miles away. I was worried about not seeing anyone and being really lonely and sad. I told Michael how I felt, and he said there were some AKT carers who lived near my college. And a week later, I met Richard and Andrew. We met up a couple of times to get to know each other, and then they invited me to spend Christmas with them. This was such a relief, as I was dreading spending it with my family. I moved in with them in early 2012. With Michael, they helped explain to college why my attendance had been so poor, and with their support and a stable home, I completed a foundation course in fashion and got a place at university to study fashion. That was always my dream.